The woman watched her nephew throw expensive jewelry and important contracts into the pot. She did not stop him. She wanted her nephew to take responsibility for his actions. It turned out the woman was someone who had been reborn in her previous life. She had stopped her nephew for misbehaving, only to be splashed with piping hot pot soup all over her body. The whole family doted on this nephew, and no one disciplined him. Her nephew caused people everywhere, and even threw away her laptop. The loss of the design drawing side made her lose her job. He took her phone and spent money recklessly. Finally, he provoked a bad person. The bad person picked up a knife and rushed toward the child. The woman still stepped forward to shield her nephew. Unfortunately, in the end, her nephew only cared about playing games on his phone and paid no attention to the woman lying on the ground. When the woman woke up again, she had been reborn. She received a call from her mother asking her to come for a meal. The woman remembered this day was to celebrate her promotion. The whole family was going out to eat together. It was also on this day that when she tried to discipline her nephew, she was splashed with hot soup all over, which led to her being hospitalized. The woman arrived at the restaurant this time. She decided to stay a little farther from her nephew and no longer interfere in other people's business as expected. After they started eating, the bad child started making a scene as expected. He fidgeted around and kept bumping into the people at the table. Behind the man, who had been bumped multiple times, couldn't help but reprimand the boy, but was instead told by the family that an adult shouldn't argue with the kid. The man decided to hold back the chairman sitting next to him, also said to let it go, finish eating and leave quickly. The boy's mother was still doting on him. The chairman next to them took out an antique bracelet worth 1 million Chinese yuan. To show the man, the boy casually threw a beverage bottle, which fell into the chairman's bowl, getting oil all over him. They demanded compensation. This was a high-end, custom-made suit. The family still tried to get away with it by saying not to argue with the child. The woman watched the whole thing coldly from the side. The chairman took the man to clean his clothes. Meanwhile, the bad child ran to the side, picked up the mobile phone and watch on the table, and started playing with him. It seemed like he planned to throw them into the pot. The woman reminded them, saying if they didn't stop him soon, they would have to pay a lot of money for compensation. Don't say I didn't warn you. But the child's mother and grandmother watched his actions and even said he did a good job. They accused the woman of only knowing how to meddle in her own family's affairs. At this moment, the boy took out the contracts from the bag and threw them into the pot. He even threw the bracelet to the ground and then tossed everything into the pot. When the chairman came back, he looked at everything in disbelief. He shouted, "Who did this?" The boy's mother and grandmother still pretended nothing had happened. They called the boss over and said they had lost items worth 1 million yuan. Here, the boss said there are surveillance cameras here. They saw everything the bad child had done and said the compensation wasn't paid. The woman's mother found her and told her to take responsibility. But the woman said, "I already warned you. I can't handle this." The woman's mother called her son, saying they were being bullied and asking him to come and help. The son arrived quickly, only to find the person in front of him was his own boss. He hurriedly told his family to apologize. Instead, the bad child started throwing things at the two men. The two men left angrily, to wait for court before leaving. The chairman said, "I heard you were about to get a promotion. No chance now, you're fired."